Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are talking about the 1 year after Mixer got shut down. If you don't know what Mixer is, well, you might have missed it, but Mixer was another streaming platform similar to Twitch and was owned by Microsoft. Well, technically it was Beam first, which was not owned by Microsoft. Then it got bought by Microsoft and then it got closed down by Microsoft last year around this time. Well, they announced it around this time that they will shut down Mixer and they will move everything to Facebook Gaming. And I made a similar video when Mixer was actually shutting down to talk a little bit about the fallout of this shutdown. And I think now after a year, we have a better picture about what that did to the streaming industry. And so far, what I can now say after a year, it was nothing good. It did absolutely nothing good to the streaming industry, to the streamers, to the viewers. Nobody won, everyone lost. And I know that some people made some fun about Mixer shutting down and the reaction was like, whatever, or see, I told you so, idiots. The thing is, you don't really seem to understand what this means for streaming. Like, keep in mind, there wasn't a lot of competition out there. Twitch was the number one and treated their streamers and viewers because of that. Like, they were shit. They are still shit. Like, now that Mixer is gone, they start to treat their streamers and viewers the same way they have treated them before them. And I can already see that some people will say, but Mole, there are still other streaming platforms out there. Yeah, let's talk about that. So let's have a look at YouTube. YouTube is not a streaming platform. YouTube is a video platform where you can, by the way, watch this video right now. And it offers you live streaming. Or even that is not true. It doesn't offer you live streaming. It offers you live recording of a video. Because that's what you are doing technically in the background. You are live recording a video which you will automatically upload to YouTube. And that also brings a lot of problem to live streaming on YouTube. Because one of the things which really sucks is when, let's say, your internet cuts off, which can happen now and then, and it takes like longer than 5 minutes to come back. What you have to do is you have to set up a new live stream, a new video, and all the people which are still in the old live stream, they don't know. They don't get notified. The stream is not coming back. They have to leave that live video and move on to the next one. And like the biggest problem YouTube just has is it doesn't take live streaming seriously. Like, you can see now that YouTube Shorts, they announced this just yesterday, their YouTube Shorts, which is basically TikTok, has now a $100 million fund. So basically, they're giving this to people who have like the most clicks and whatnot, and they're giving money to them. They have never done that to live streaming. Like live streaming was a thing they did set up and then expected it to work. And it never did. Like, how bad it really is, you can just see when you look back at 2020 and all the features YouTube implemented for their live streaming. It was one feature. You know what that one feature was they half-hearted implemented by the end of the year? Clips. Yeah, clips. That was the one feature they had for 2020. And they did let themselves celebrate for that. Like, they did send out like PR messages and were all over Twitter and YouTube and whatnot. And they were like, look, folks, we have now something similar to clips. It's pretty shitty to do, but something similar. And it's like, what? Duh, like, yeah, that's the bare minimum. Why do you let yourself celebrate here? And that's just the problem with YouTube. Like, YouTube is they're a problem because they're not doing much here. They're just far too slow for everything and they don't really take this seriously. And if they would announce next day that you cannot live stream on YouTube anymore, it wouldn't matter. That's the problem, because They are not a live streaming platform. They are a video platform, which is also offering live streaming. And we see when you are looking at the numbers right now, like last month, YouTube live streaming has actually lost viewers. They have lost watching hours. That's not a good sign, and YouTube will not do anything about it. The next one would be Facebook. And Facebook had the same problem. Facebook is not a live streaming platform. Facebook is Facebook, and they have a live streaming segment on that platform. But if they would announce next day that they are shutting this down or letting it run out or whatever, nobody would bat an eye. It wouldn't hurt Facebook. It wouldn't do anything to them, besides of maybe 1 or 2 days of bad press. And a lot of YouTube videos of people telling Facebook like, yeah, I told you. But that would be it. And that's the problem with non-live streaming platforms, right? Which is not their focus. So right now we have technically only Twitch and Trovo. And we will talk about Trovo in just a few. But there's such a big problem. Twitch has basically stopped to bring new features to the platform which would benefit the streamer or the viewer. The only new features Twitch basically brought to the platform last year was more ads. And that was to be expected. This was actually one of the reasons why Mixer could have actually really hurt Twitch if they wanted to. Twitch was afraid of Mixer. Well, why is that? Why would Twitch be afraid of like a second-class streaming platform? Because if Microsoft really wanted to get into the streaming space, they would have invested the right amount of money into this and the right amount of people putting them at the helm of Mixer. They didn't do any of those. And a full-blown Microsoft on Mixer would have been such a problem for Twitch, because Twitch has already a problem that they're not making money. And Amazon has a little bit enough of blowing a lot of money into Twitch's ass, and they want to see results now from Twitch. This is what we have seen the last year, that Twitch was basically upping their ad game more and more and more and more, and try to add more options to get money from the viewer. Because Daddy Amazon's knocking at the door and is asking, where the hell is my money? And we know that Twitch still not fully delivers to make the money Amazon wants to see. So what they would have had to do instead, they would have had to invest into Twitch instead of making money if Mixer would have kept this up. But because Mixer and Microsoft was like, nah, this is not going fast enough, we will go to another platform to get what we actually want, and let's move on here. Like, Mixer could have done so much. Microsoft could have moved all Microsoft events to Mixer. They could have moved all the announcements to Mixer. They could have even moved games to Mixer. They could have done that. But that's not what Microsoft does, because Microsoft tries to be the friend of everyone in the last few years, and they have just decided that this is not what they want to do. They didn't want to use the power Microsoft has in this case, and that backfired. That was actually what a lot of people expected, which brings us to Trovo right now. I made a thread yesterday on Twitter to explain why Trovo is a real contender to Twitch and why it could actually become a hassle for Twitch. Tencent owns Trovo, like it's a Tencent company, right? And no, I don't want any discussions about this, like, Tencent? Oh my god, no, don't care. Not part of the discussion here right now. I made my views very clear what I think about it. I'm not 100% happy, but I'm also not 100% happy about Amazon, right, and Facebook. So, yeah. But the point is, however, Tencent can add a lot of pressure because Tencent is investing, and they're investing strongly. They're not stopping. They are not slowing down. Quite the opposite. they have actually increased the funding in Trovo. And they are also starting, slowly but surely, to be more aggressive against Twitch. How's that? I never see them on social media. Yeah, they don't have the time for social media. What they are doing is they are acting and they are delivering instead of just talking all day over social media. And one of the big things they are slowly but surely doing is they are utilizing the Tencent games solely on the Trovo platform. So let me give you an example here what they are doing right now. The MSI 2021 is happening, and that is the mid-season invitational for League of Legends. And you can of course watch this on Twitch, on YouTube, and of course on Trovo. But only on Trovo they have multiple features in place right now. A, you can win $10,000 in cash if you do the right predictions. B, you can basically bet a fake currency, which doesn't cost money, on wins and losses. And when you have enough of that currency, you can buy skins with that for League of Legends. And you can also win skins by just watching on Trovo. Those features are nowhere else. And they have also done this before with Path of Exile, which is another Tencent-owned games. You won't believe how many game studios Tencent is owning at this point. But when the last season of Path of Exile came around, they actually had a special event for streamers that if you stream Path of Exile for like a certain amount of hours, you're getting paid by Trovo. And they did some special Trovo events. Right now, they are working together with Hospitality, which is apparently like an electronic music festival in the UK. Don't ask me. I'm neither in the UK nor am I interested in electronic music. So it's apparently a pretty big thing, and they are doing like a digital event, which is sponsored by Trovo, and you can also watch it on Trovo. And they have like Trovo everywhere. Like, Trovo is investing hard. They're also focusing on Europe quite a bit because they have already realized that the US, in most parts, is watching Twitch. But Europe is still pretty much open, and of course a lot of other countries out there. And they have so many things going on with Trovo. It's obscene sometimes. And that's something I would have wished to see when Mixer was still around. I loved my time on Mixer. The 4 years or nearly 5 years I was streaming there. I think they did a pretty good job, but then they just slowed down. Everything slowed down. They did more and more mistakes. And when Mixer closed down, they did something else. They burned a lot of streamers. A lot of my streamer colleagues and even friends, and even myself, I was lost because I knew I didn't want to go to Twitch. I hate that platform. Well, not hating it. I mean, I'm still watching it. I'm using it, but I didn't want to be there as a streamer. I don't like this platform and what it does. Facebook. Let's not start about it. I tried YouTube a little bit, but then realized very quickly with what I said at the beginning. And now I found Trovo. But the problem was, like so many other streamers have, is that the trust was completely gone. And a lot of people just... It's hard to say, like, to find a word for this, but it just gave in. Like, they are now just streaming on Twitch, the thing they also never wanted to do, and they feel miserable about it. More streamers they just stop streaming. They cut down their streaming hours. You see them on Twitter just being anxious about going live. And they are more and more hating what they are doing because it seems like as if Twitch is drawing like all the energy out of them. It's crazy what happens when you're working at a place where you don't want to work at. But the problem is that also those people don't really want to go to another platform because they don't trust smaller platforms anymore because they're afraid that it could happen again and that platform is closing down, and then they would just lose all those years they invested into that platform. Because the one thing every streamer has learned when Mixer closed down, the viewers we had on Mixer did not come with us to a new platform. Like, yeah, the core community could always be, we could always take them with us, and my core community is always following me around, which I'm super grateful for. But a lot of the viewers disappeared. And I believe that a lot of people are fearing that again. And you will also see this, like, they're not happy on Twitch. They do not grow. I know a lot of streamers who had a lot of ambitions on Mixer, and they so slowly saw those ambitions to grow, and now they're back on Twitch. And some people with some bigger numbers, they didn't grow at all in a year. Like, some of them even shrinked because Twitch is such a, like, just overrun platform. There are not enough viewers to go around. And more of those viewers, they just go to non-gaming streams. And Twitch doesn't care for that. For them, it doesn't matter where the people go to. For them, it doesn't matter where they spend the money, where they see the ads. It just matters that they do. So if people are watching a bathtub stream, right, then Twitch is okay with that, because the viewers are watching. What they watch, that's up to them. But especially people who are doing playthroughs and doing, like, gaming stuff, they lose more and more viewers caring for them. And, like, I said this a year ago, and I say it again. If you want to do game streaming, Twitch right now is the worst platform to go to. Because there are just not enough viewers. Like, there are enough viewers on the platform, but there are not enough viewers to watch the gaming content. And, you know, there was a chance that when that happened, when Mixer was still around, people would go to Mixer, because Mixer was focusing more on that. And people would just say, hey, you know what, Twitch, yeah, it seems like you don't care for gaming content anymore. Well, it seems like I don't care for you anymore. I go somewhere else. Like, the pressure Mixer created on Twitch was big. And now we can only hope that Trovo is doing the same thing. Like, they have the resources. They're utilizing them. They have the right people in charge, it seems, who really know what they're doing. And they are super fast. And we can only hope that they're increasing the pressure on Twitch. And you don't have to care for Trovo. I'm not telling you this, that you're moving to Trovo or anything. Hell, you don't have to care for Trovo at all. But what you want to care for is real competition. Because then the platform you are on will do their best to stay the number one. So, nothing really has changed in a year, which is kind of sad that we are still at the point where Twitch is the go-to platform for a lot of people, even though it shouldn't be. And a lot of streamers are still hurt. And they don't really know where to go from here. Which, knowing a lot of those streamers personally even, makes me sad. And that's all on Microsoft. And I will never forget that. Does that mean I hate Microsoft now? No. They're business in the end. But I don't have to like it. And I certainly don't have to support the decision. So, yeah, we will see. I can only hope that Trovo is managing to put the pressure on Twitch, and that Twitch finally starts to care for their streamers or viewers more. But given the last few years, I don't think that will happen. Alright, folks, but that was the rather sad rant about the end of Mixer. I still miss the platform. I still miss a lot of people I've met there and part of that community. And in my opinion, it didn't need to happen because Mixer was growing and Mixer gained a lot of viewers because there were a lot of people out there who also had enough of Twitch. But the decision was already made by Microsoft. So now everyone has to suffer for that. With that said, thank you so much for watching. If you still enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more reaction videos, gameplay videos, we have Biomutant coming up. Let's Play a Zoo. I'm playing Subnautica Below Zero right now on stream. And man, I'm sweating balls there. Ooh, that game is giving me the creeps. You can also hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see me streaming live from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 AM ET, that is 2 PM UK time, you can do that so on trovo.live/ChaosMole. You find also the link down below in the description. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.